Welcome to my YouTube studio, home office, man cave, filming area, whatever you want to call it. This place where I record all my videos. Now the lighting might be all over the place because it's set up generally for me to be over there, not wandering around, but got this little fella here who's on wheels and we can wheel him around, bring him with us as we go. So here it is. Here's the desk. It's a sit-stand desk from a company called FlexiSpot. I made a review about this a while ago. It's still my go-to desk. I really like having the standing desk, honestly. Going from sitting to standing. I record all my videos standing up. I don't know if you've ever noticed. So I stand up to do that, stand up to do some work, and then I can sit down to play games. It's really, really cool. So let's stand it up and I'll show you what's on there. I'm not going to show you my chair. My chair is crap, it's old, it's trashed, and I need a new one. So here it is. Here is my desk. And what have we got on it? It's nothing too exciting, so I won't bore you too much. Mouse, I use one of these, Logitech G903, Lightspeed, love that. The keyboard is quite exciting. I'm going to do a video about this because I was sent it. It is an Everest Max keyboard. Really, really cool. It's mechanical, it's a full mechanical keyboard, but everything comes off. Everything's sort of detachable. It's really well thought out, really nice, nicely designed thing. You can take the number pad off when you're not working, you want to play games, you want the extra room, and then you just slap it back on. It's held on by magnets, does a really cool job. Two monitors behind. The one is a Huawei MateView GT. It's a gaming monitor, so it's great for games, but the color accuracy is pretty good. I'd watch some other reviews, don't just take my word for it. Have a look, evaluate what's out there, but it works for me. I really like these ultra wide monitors for the timeline. It's just great having a really wide timeline. You can see everything, so I really, really like that. Above that, I've got a relatively cheap, it's just a Samsung 4K monitor. I'll link that down below, so I can't remember the model number. It's not the best in terms of color accuracy and all that sort of stuff, but it does the job. I use that as a clean feed, so I can just have a full screen preview when I'm in DaVinci Resolve. That's all held on to the desk via a dual monitor clamp. Actually clamps to the desk, so I haven't got any stands taking up loads of room, and obviously it moves up and down with the desk itself, which is awesome. Now my camera is also an S5, so I've got two Panasonic Lumix S5s. I really like the S5. The autofocus isn't great, but there's a lot to like about the S5s. That is attached to the desk via these little clamp sort of tripod light stand monopod things. Again, off Amazon, relatively cheap. I'll link them down below. It just clamps to the desk. It's really solid. I've attached the camera to it via a relatively cheap sort of tripod head, and then job done. I usually use the 16 to 35 millimeter Panasonic lens to film myself. That's what I'm using right now, so that's not on there, but there you go. The light up there, the actual light is a Fovitec 100 watt cob LED. Again, made a video about that if you want to have a little look. It's quite good for the money, it's quite a cheap light. I don't think you can get the exact one anymore, but they have released an 85 watt version, so a little bit less powerful, but it's cheaper and it's smaller. And 85 watts for me would still be enough because I only run that on like level 4, I think, out of 10 in terms of power. There's plenty for what I need. That's a Godox 95 centimeter octagonal softbox. Again, off Amazon. It's my main light. It's nice and soft and it absolutely does the job. That's just on a light stand. So it's just a light stand. Not very exciting. Now a desk with those monitors wouldn't be anything without a PC. And I've actually got a new one. So scan.co.uk have sent me a 3XS system. It's absolute beast of a rig. It's an RTX 3090 graphics card. We've got a Ryzen 9 5950X CPU in there, 64 gigabytes of RAM, and then I've got 2 NVMe SSDs and then a couple of other hard drives in there for all my storage as well. So I'm going to be doing loads of stuff on that. I've got loads of ideas for videos, loads of fun stuff, and then a full review of that machine as well coming soon. But if you've got any thoughts, queries, questions, let me know down below. Let's turn around and have a look and discuss some of the background. Ta-da! This is obviously my backdrop. So first things first, Displates. We've got Batman over there, and then we've got V from V for Vendetta, and then we've got Rorschach from Watchmen, and then we've got Batman again, but specifically Batman from Dark Knight Returns comic. So if you've never heard of Displate, I really like them. They're not the cheapest things in the world, but they are really cool. They're actually metal, so they're printed on these sort of metal plates, and they come with this really fancy, okay, it's not fancy, but it's really quite a clever sort of magnetic mounting system. So you just slap them on, they're held on by the magnet, so you can swap them out, just mess around with them. If you fancy a change, you can buy new ones, you just peel them off, put them on, and job done, and they just look quite cool. We've actually got two shelves going on here. We've got this sort of taller one, and then this smaller one. Now these are both from IKEA. They're part of the Fialbo, I'm sorry, don't know how to pronounce it in Swedish, but these are part of that range. They do the job. The only downside to them, they always look dusty. This room is dusty. Our entire house is just perpetually dusty. It's one of those houses, really annoying. But the wood has got like a matte finish to it, so, and that's obvious, wood is matte. There's a particular look to this wood, so it looks dusty even when it's not, but when you're in a dusty house, it looks really, really dusty. This actually isn't a TV stand, it's a shelving unit. I probably should have gone for the TV stand, so then the TV wouldn't have been as high, but I wanted the TV in the shot of the camera, so I went with a slightly taller one. It still works, it does the job. This over here is the same range as the shelves, which is the whatever, Fialbo. This is the laptop stand. Now, the reason I got this, when I'm sat at my desk, I've got somewhere to put stuff, so I'm not cluttering my desk. I hate it when I've got loads of stuff all over my desk. But the other reason I got it, get my little poof out of the way, it's on wheels. So this thing's on wheels, I can just lift this end, wheel it out, I'll move it to the center of the room, I can then move this other light, and I can use it as a little space to put products so that I can record, take photos, do that sort of stuff. I can move my other little Phototech light into place. I've got the lamp to give a nice warm sort of glow to it. Job done. Now, if you hadn't already guessed, I like Lego. Well, more Lego Technic, but I like doing a bit of Lego. It's something that me and my wife have always sort of enjoyed together. So we sit down, we do a bit of Lego, and it's kind of fun. It's especially at Christmas. We always buy each other some sort of Lego kit, and we mess around with that. It's just a fun thing. So these are some of the ones that I've done in the past. This is the Liber, I think it is. 9800. It's a really cool one. It was loads of fun to put together. It's actually remote control, so you can use your phone, you can use the arm, pick stuff up, drive it around. Loads of fun. Got a couple of little Batman, some stuff going on there. This is actually my latest one. This is a really new one. This is the 1989 Batwing. So from the movie, the 1989 movie, which actually isn't one of my favorites. I don't mind it. I think it's quite cool. I sort of grew up with it. But main reason I liked this range is the design's cool. I think that's a really cool looking Batwing, but also I was born in 1989, so it has some relevance there. I'm also going to have a look at picking up the Batmobile, because they do the 1989 Batmobile as well. That one's Technic, this is just standard Lego. Next shelf down, we've got some comics. So I never really grew up with comics. I actually got into comics when I was sort of late teens, early 20s, started reading some stuff there, and then I got a bit more into it. Batman, I really like anti-heroes, hence the V, Batman and Rorschach, that sort of stuff. So here we've just got a little selection of things like Watchmen, again, V for Vendetta, a bunch of different Batmans. The Boys, you probably all know it from the Amazon series, but I always like the comic book series. It's well worth a read if you haven't read it. If you're into comics, that's good. Little plant there, I've got a little elephant plant, just for a bit of greenery. Some of these I haven't actually read. I've got a friend of mine called Sam. He's well into them, and I've asked him for some recommendations, so he gave me a few of those. So yeah, I need to read those. If you're into comics, he's on Instagram, so I'll link him down below so you can go check him out. Yeah. Next up, we got this. This is Lego Technic. Once again, this is the Land Rover Defender, the new one. This was wicked. This is one of my favorite ones to put together. I think it's one of the best looking ones as well. It's just a really cool little kit. It's about 100 quid, so that's still expensive, I know, but it's one of the cheaper ones, not expensive as the big crane and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I really enjoyed putting this one together. It was loads of fun. That's me, and that's me wife. So we bought them to do a little bride and groom kit, where you sort of make yourself if you're getting married. So we made ourselves, and I put them in the Defender. Because why wouldn't you? Drunk at the wheel, so we're gonna leave them there. That one's cool. Down there we've also got the Volvo A60H, which is that big sort of rock carrier thing. That one was a fun one. Again, that's a Lego Technic. And then the last one we've got is the Porsche 911 RSR. Again, Lego Technic, not hugely expensive compared to some of the others. So yeah, that's another cool one. Oh, there's some lights here. Got a little blue LED over there. And then we've got another one down here. These are just to sort of bring some light to the background so that you can actually sort of see it, make it pop a little bit, because with the lights I'm using, it's a little bit dark. So let's move on. TV, bought this specifically. This is a Philips 43-inch TV off Amazon. The main reason I bought it is it's one of these Ambilight TVs, so you get the LEDs built in. It's really cool when you're playing games, watching movies, it lights up the wall behind, but also great for this sort of setting. I don't often use it, I kind of forget to do it, but I need to remember to do it. I can turn these on, again, for just a little bit of additional backlighting in the videos to make things pop. So that's the TV. Got my PS5 under there. I was one of the lucky ones to get one right at launch. It was actually a friend of mine that managed to pick up. He actually got a few of them. He was on all the websites pre-ordering, managed to get a couple, sold it to me and my friend. He didn't scalp any of them, he didn't put them on eBay, he sold them to us for the standard retail price. So we all got one. So what a legend. Lamp. This is called the Hector. It's the Hector light from IKEA. Now it doesn't come with any bulbs, so then I hopped on Amazon. I wanted those Edison lights, you know, so they look a bit sort of oldie. So I bought some Edison lights. These ones are really, really warm. You can probably tell from this video, but I really, really like that. This light I'm using here, by the way, Fovitec 600XB. I made a video about these ages ago. Great light. It's on a light stand. I bought some little caster wheels. Again, Amazon, you can buy sets of caster wheels that are specifically designed for this sort of thing. That's what the camera's on. It's actually on a light stand with wheels. I can just move it around, do whatever I like with them, get them in the positions without having to mess around with tripod legs and all sorts. Technically, putting a big camera on a light stand like this isn't the best idea all the time, but it works. It's not too bad. I'm going to show this. Now the carpet down here, we fitted this. It's actually sort of like industrial carpet. It's not usually sort of really that homey. These thin carpet tiles. Now there's a few reasons I went for these. One, dirt cheap. They're like a couple of quid each. Didn't cost much to do this room. Two, easy to fit. They're not even stuck down. Literally just slapped them down, measured out the corners, job done. And C, they're really thin. So I can roll this stuff around. It doesn't get caught up in the carpet like they usually would. Same goes for my chair, same goes for anything else. They don't scuff as easy, and if they do, if I trash one, I can just replace it. It's no biggie. What else we got? So this is really cool. So this was in here when this was originally a bedroom. So these are 3 little sliding doors. I painted this one in chalkboard paint. That's actually chalkboard. Hey, so I can write on there. I have actually been using this an awful lot, just for leaving myself messages, important dates, ideas. If I ever get any ideas, I run in here, chalkboard, just jot them down. I then cleared the chalkboard and wiped it all down to do a video, my 4K video the other day. I was originally used that to do some stuff, but I used a particularly sharp piece of chalk and this happened. So that K isn't chalk. I actually scratched the chalkboard off to reveal the white paint underneath. We obviously didn't do a very good job of prepping it beforehand before we painted it on. But this chalkboard paint is awesome. I'm going to redo all of this. I'll just take the whole door off, sand it down, sort of get it nice and rough, and then we'll paint it up again. But it's dirt cheap. Again, Amazon, you can just paint a part of the wall, sand the door down, make it a little bit sort of roughed up, paint a bit of your door, whatever, and then you just get chalk, and off you go. It's just super handy for making notes and all that sort of stuff. Father Christmas needs a lion. I don't have any choice with these mugs. Becky just buys. She has a weird obsession with mugs. We've genuinely got like 100 mugs. Okay, remember not 100. There's 2 of us and we've got an entire cupboard of different mugs. She loves this brand, what are they called? Emma Bridgewater. Yeah, she loves them. So maybe I should get an affiliate. You want to buy a mug? No, I want a mug. These all slide. These are sliding doors. So yeah. Put this on over here and I've just got loads of shelving units. Ignore the fact that it's an absolute state at the moment. I've just been sort of dumping stuff in there. But we've got boxes for wires and stuff. I've also got this. I don't know why he's here. Little Green Ranger. So yeah, that's that one. We've got stuff in this one, but it's not very exciting. We've just got some shirts. You know, I love a plaid shirt. So this is just really great for like autumn, springtime. They're not too hot, they're not too cool. They're also dirt cheap. I bought these from Costco, they're like 12 quid each. So I just went in and put like one of each. So I've got a load of them. I just keep them in there. A couple of drawers, they're kind of empty drawers at the minute. That box is full of all my bikey stuff. Keep that away, box of stuff. It's not a very exciting one. A few tripods and stuff down there. The other one though, however, is a bit more exciting. So one of the other things that I wanted was a place to do sort of thumbnails and some tabletop style photography, video stuff. So I knocked this together. So this is an old table. I just cut it to size, literally just hacked the table. It's a really cheap bed sheet that I bought. It's just a neutral gray, figured that would go for it. Painted the wall gray, so rather than just a white background, we've got gray. Bought these pieces of card. Yeah. So if I did want a different color on the bottom or the back, and then I used the same little desk light stand mount, which my camera's on, upside down on this sort of shelf. There's an extra piece of wood at the back, just spreading the load a little bit so it's not just all centered on this. And then we're hanging another one of those lights. Nice little top, light. It's actually quite nice, surprisingly soft light, and it just works really well for this. You get the idea. I'm gonna just open that up, got a little nice bit of space, I can change the color, turn the light on, and get something that I'm kind of happy with. But the idea for that is, and the same thing with the laptop table, is to make it as efficient as possible. So I can just drag stuff, the lighting sort of at least semi-ready to go. Doesn't take a load of tweaking to get some sort of results. I'm gonna push this sort of tech side of things more in the new year. I'm just preparing things. I'm making lots of decisions at the moment in terms of what I'm doing career-wise and all that sort of stuff. But in the future, that's my plan. Oh, talking of that though, talking of ease, let's come back over here. So again, a big thing for me and a big driving force of setting this room up the way that I've set it up is I quite often almost talk myself out of videos. I do a lot more content. If things were just easier, I talk myself out of things and I make a mess of stuff sometimes. So the idea of this room is to make it as easy as possible. So limit all of the factors that would stop me from making a video. So basically I've got no excuse to not make stuff. I can just make stuff. And a big thing for that, might be a silly one, but a big thing, the camera's all set up, again, attached to the desk, ready to go. The lights are all set up, they're ready to go. So walking here, I can attach a mic, this one, my wireless mic, and that's good to go. And then all I need to do is say, let's do this example first. Hey Google, turn off the lamp. Lamp goes off. So that's just a basic, cheap Wi-Fi plug socket. Hey Google, turn the YouTube lights off. There you go. So I come in here, I close the curtains, it's nice and dark like this, and then I say, hey Google, turn the lights on. And we're good to go. The only one which doesn't work is this one, this little one here, which I use as like a rim light just to sort of make myself pop. It doesn't work, it's annoying. All the others have got actual switches, so they're switched on all the time, and then the plug socket itself is turned off. That one's not, it's like just a little tappy button. So if you cut the power, it remains off. So yeah, that's that. That's about it, that's the tour. I don't know how good that tour was, but hopefully you enjoyed at least a little bit of it. Let me know if you did down in the comment section below. If there's anything else you want to know, anything regarding this setup, drop me a message and I'll see what I can do. So thanks for watching, take it easy folks. I'll see you next time.